Okay, so we got a major problem here. Batteries. Hella batteries, dude. Totally dead. Big ass waste of money, alright? Now check this out. I got 2 bags like this full of them. And I've heard people say you can recharge them. I'm sure people will say in the comments maybe that you can, but for now I'll just hang on to them because it may be possible. My point being that a lot of batteries get wasted, and that's not a good thing. I go through so many batteries having kids that it's almost a complete waste of money if I don't say so myself. But years ago, when I was shopping at Freddy's, I went and bought some rechargeable batteries, just some Duralast, or I can't remember the brand. They're cheap, and they were about the same, just a little more than a standard battery, and then they came with the charger. I bought them, and they still work to this day. Hundreds of charges. So I'm thinking, okay, I should have done this a long time ago and just bought all my batteries like that. And I should probably order them online. And this is what I'm telling other people out there, is that this particular episode is about a power blackout, which I am convinced is imminent. And I'm not an alarmist nor a doomer, but I get the feeling that we're overdue. I know we're overdue. Our grid can't handle a major solar flare. And if you just do a little research on solar flares and electrical grids, and you'll see. The possibility is high that a portion of America will lose power for some period of time in the next, say, 10 years, maybe even sooner. Maybe during the solar maximum. I want to be prepared for that. So, which brings me to this. Have a generator. Don't have a powerful generator. You don't need a 5,000, 10,000 watt generator that pumps out fucking exhaust all day long and goes and sucks a gallon of gas every 5 minutes. You want a small one that's going to be conserving on gas, because gas may get expensive. It's going to get expensive. Some people watching this may live in places where it's already expensive. I live in the U.S. and it's, $4 a gallon, which is still cheap. In my eyes, I know it should be more expensive because the rest of the world pays the price for what the U.S. does. But anyway, having certain creature comforts during a power outage is important, but having basic utilities like lights and cooking is important. I want to go into gas and that type of stuff in a separate entity. This one's just about electrical. Have a generator that runs about 2,000 watts and a nice quiet. You got a Honda or something, and have it ready. You don't have to have one that's hooked into your house system. Unless you want to spend the money, and if you have the money for that and you can do that, do it. Great. But this is for people who can't. I'm broke. So, get a standard generator, because there's something people do overlook. One other thing is that there's a lot of devices that run on stuff like this. We're talking about little DVD players to keep the kids happy, cell phone chargers, everything has a little power transformer that plugs into the wall. So what if you're not running anything but you need to charge something? Are you going to let your generator run all night and waste gas just so you can charge these things? No. So, I found this cool little device today, which I wanted to share. And it's awesome. I have the little bits taped on the side. They don't really come like that, but it's an Energizer ER-DVD. And it was on sale. The original price was ridiculous. I think it was like 60, 70 bucks. And then it was marked down to like 35, now on sale. I think I got it for like 20 bucks. Totally worth 20 bucks though. It's heavy. It's has a little LED deal on it that tells you how full the battery is. And it basically puts out, I believe, 12 volts. I haven't even tested it, but it comes with the different tips. And you can hook them up for different DVD players, different things. It doesn't have phone adapters. It's designed for DVD players, which, it can be adapted for anything. It has a positive and a negative. It's a 12 volt, utility. So what you do is during the day, you charge this puppy up, and then you use this in turn to run your devices. And it saves you gas in your generator. And you can use this in everyday life too, things like this. But I think for people to have batteries that are completely charged flashlights that are completely charged and things that are ready to go is super important. One thing you might want to invest in, that I've been trying to get myself to invest in, is a ham radio. You have to have an operator's license to run it, but you can listen in on what's going on. Having a basic police scanner is awesome because you can catch up before the shit hits the fan if anything's going down. If you have a CB radio, which they're dirt cheap. I mean, you could get them at a garage sale. I got mine for $5. It's a big old CB radio. And I just turned it on today, and you can hear truckers talking and whatnot. They'll let you know what's going on out there, and I'm going to tell you that if something big happens to the electrical system and the grid, it's going to take out most people's phones. Cellular towers will hit it first because it hits the ground, and the electricity from the ground goes up into the towers. People's cells won't work. It could be an EMP. It could be a million things. But CBs are durable, and they'll most likely still work. And if you have a CB radio, hang on to it, because it might be the only way to communicate with other people eventually. And having any form of communication is going to be essential, because you'll feel like you're left in the dark. Having a weather radio is not enough. You need to have either some sort of a ham radio, or know somebody who does, or have a CB, something that you can call out for help if you need it. And while we're on the subject of electronics, depending on where you live, having a laser really pays off. You can go online for $25 and buy a super bright 50 milliwatt green laser. If you ever get into a time when it's dark out, let's say the power goes out and you're stuck in your house and you live in the woods, a cabin somewhere. Something just fell over in the back of my closet. It must be a ghost. Ooh. 50 milliwatt laser will shoot, pretty damn far, and you'll be able to shoot down, aim it at any plane that flew by. Having a laser out when you're lost somewhere is just kind of an extra thought. But if you're a backpacker or you do a lot of hiking out anywhere, carry a laser with you. A green laser will go farther than a red laser and be brighter, and you can shine it at a plane and they'll spot you, definitely spot you. People get in trouble for it all the time. But if you're in an emergency situation, hey, do what you gotta do. In a major power outage, you're going to want to have the basic things like the DVD player running. You're going to want to have your little battery packs, a whole bunch of rechargeable batteries. You'll never believe how much stuff will be worth so much more to you in a situation like that. And batteries last a long time. It doesn't hurt to go buy, 5, 6 dozen. And I'll tell you, if the really does come down to it, you'll never have too many. And you can always trade the neighbor for some steaks. I mean, people will be bartering, and having things to barter pays off. And people will be bartering food first, because they'll be hungry. And they'll be bartering seeds next, because that will be the way they'll grow their crops for their family for the next year. So, I guess I better sign off and say until next time, because last time I got cut off. But until next time, I don't know. Be safe. Enjoy life.